Alright, part 6 is where we make your life easier. We now know, and I got cut off there at the end, we now know for all of our students as a whole, we're able to see which students are sitting at or above. I would say right around 40% is the very, very lowest that the EOC could possibly be, and I really think it's going to be closer to 50, 55, 60, and again, your guess is as good as mine. But I would say that any students around that 40% range is in the running to really get pushed to that next level, but it's going to be effective DI that gets them there. Now, within each period, we have our high group, our low group, and our medium group for differentiated instruction. Student A, N, K, F, I, B, Y, Z, J, and W. I know that they are my students performing above 50%. I'm going to sit them together even. And that way, after I'm done teaching something, let's say tomorrow I'm teaching Brown versus Board of Education. When the students begin to do their independent work on Brown versus Board of Education, I'm going to pull that high group aside and I'm going to present them with some questions on their weakest benchmarks. We identified those. Question 1.3, and you'll see it here. Look at 19%. And here's where I'm going to go get those resources. The first place I can get them is straight from the winter assessment. We actually looked earlier at this exact question, but from the mid-year assessment, you saw reports in the first 2 sessions that will help you pull the exact questions from the MYA. Now, the distractor analysis or the test item analysis, if you click on it, you can see which the correct answer is, but also what most students picked. So in this case, we already looked at this one. Let's try the other one. So the other benchmark that, or the other question for this benchmark that students had a problem with was here. So we've got the question, which of the following statements accurately describes an opinion that was formed because of this political cartoon? We've got the Boston Massacre. Students might be struggling because they don't know that this is what a political cartoon is. They might not know that these redcoats mean British. They might not be able to point out that the redcoats have weapons and the colonists look like they're just getting shot at and they're defenseless and they didn't do anything to provoke this attack. And so this is why students are having difficulty really pulling together that most people believe the colonists were the victims. Again, process of elimination is huge on this test because a lot of these answer choices are correct. In a small group, a teacher is going to be able to go to those high students and go through these 2 questions and just listen to the kids talk. Listen to what they're seeing or what they're thinking as they see this image, and listen to how they are eliminating answer choices and just correct where they're going wrong. You might want to lead them with some questions like here. In this case, you might want to ask them, do they know this is a timeline? Do you remember all these events? Can you rephrase the question? And this is going to force them to actually focus on it for a second. And then let's eliminate some answer choices that can't be correct and select the best answer. But another resource that's going to be great for this is, and I'm going to show you how to get there. If you go to the ETO website, sites.google.com/site/ETO Middle School Resources. Click on Middle School Pacing Guides. Click on Social Studies. Click on 7th grade Civics. Click on Resources. Question Bank by benchmark. And I've actually already got it pulled up here. Just kidding. For every single benchmark, look at here's 1.3, and this is on page 13. For every single benchmark, we'll go to page 13. I'm going to pause this because I'm going to run out of time again. All right, we made it to page 13. For each benchmark, here's a benchmark they're weak at. There are 9 or 10 questions for every single one of these that will help a teacher basically go here and find questions that students probably are struggling with either the content or the skill. Let's say they're struggling with images. I'm going to select question 2, question 3, question maybe 6 will count in there, and we can do an I do, we do, you do, where students are going to have to go through that process.